Bonjour tout le monde, welcome to Weekday Wanderings in Paris. My name's Jackie. Today we're in the 18th Arrondissement, we're in Montmartre, and we are at the Musée Montmartre. This was by special request for Karen Gay, and I know she can't be here with us right now because she's busy working in Australia, but I'm saying hello especially for her and welcome you all here to our live video for today. It is extremely cold this morning, well for me anyway. It's 3 degrees it tells me this morning, so for me it's I'll teach you a French term, a sakai, ça veut dire, in other words it's freezing. So yeah, it was a bit foggy this morning as well, so but it's clearing up as it always does on a foggy morning. The sun's coming out and hopefully it's going to be a bit warmer. So we've just had a few extra people join us, so welcome. We're in the 18th Arrondissement. We're at the Musée de Montmartre, which is very close to Place du Tertre and Sacré-Cœur. And we're starting at the beginning really. We might not get all the way through, but I'm just going to give you a quick whip round. So we were here the other day when we were here for the Vendange, the Fête de Vendange, which was the celebration of the wine harvest at the vineyard at Montmartre, which is the only vineyard in Paris. So we're actually going to see it because we're right next to it. Okay, but let's start here. So this is the start of the tour. I'll flick my camera around. So it was €13 to come visit today. So in case you wanted to, you know, come visit full price, that's how much it is. First thing you'll come across is a little video which runs here. It even tells you when you can go in. So obviously, you know, while it's running, they don't want people walking in. Okay, I haven't seen that yet, but I will see that afterwards. So let's take you for a walk through the garden. So this was actually the atelier of Renoir. He lived here for 2 years, and the garden is has been lovingly recreated in the style that it was when he lived here. Okay, so there's a beautiful garden here, and obviously, like I said, it overlooks the vineyard, which we'll see shortly. This building here is where the permanent exhibits are held, so we'll take you in here. Sens de la visite, we're going this way. Okay, beautiful old garden walls. So this building here is really old, it's about 300 years old. So beautiful. So a lot of really famed artists from this period did their work here. La balançoire, and here is the actual balançoire here. Okay. So this is part of the building as well. This is what you will see. You'll see the other side of this from the street entrance. If you look over here, you can see the Montmartre water tower and one of the towers of Sacré-Cœur. So you can see we're very close. And this is such a beautiful wee garden here. I won't be sitting outside, I don't think, when I do stop at the cafe, but there's a beautiful lily pond there, and there's a cafe there, and there's also the temporary exhibits which are shown in there, which I haven't seen yet, but I will pop through later. But we're going to head this way. Lots of garden here. Beautiful blue sky today. Another one of the artists who is renowned, Francis. Okay, so we're just heading down at the side of the hill in this part of the garden, and because a lot of artists lived here, it's very common to see paintings from this period. So this is the late 1800s, early 1900s. A lot of artists did sketches and paintings of this particular garden, and we're going to see a couple of those when we go inside the museum itself. So a beautiful garden here. Now you can access the garden and just walk around the garden for €5, or you can take part in the a visit to the museum, the temporary and permanent exhibits. So I haven't been down here yet. I'll just have a quick look down here and see. I think this is a bit of a dead end, but we'll pop down anyway. So welcome to everybody's here. I'm not seeing any comments, so I'm not sure if anyone is commenting or not. Okay, as is very common in Parisian gardens and parks, we have some beehives, and this is another road, and you can see through to the vineyard just there, but we're going to get a better view if we come up here. Let's just have a look over here. I think there's a few of these little remembrances of artworks that are done. See, look at this. This is a painting of this exact scene here. So you've got the building there, and you've got the little garden cabane. Okay, so this was done by Suzanne Valadon, who lived here for several years, and her husband was André Hutter, and correct me if I'm wrong, but her son was Uchilo, who's a very famous artist who also lived here and has done some works here. Okay, so let's head up the hill. So coming here this morning, I got off at Metro Abbesse, which is lovely. Of course, it's next to the wall de Je t'aime. I took a photo of that, and then I walked up some other very steep staircases, which is what you have in Montmartre, and went up to the Place de Théâtre, which was just being opened up for the day, and that was very surreal seeing that. Okay, let's see. So this is the musée, the vignoble, or the Montmartre vineyard. So this is where the vendange happens. And obviously you can see it's after the harvest, so it's looking a bit dry and everything. You've got a nice view here of the north of Paris. Some beautiful buildings over here. And then here we go to the museum. So like I said, this is where the permanent exhibits are held. Okay, so to anybody new who's popped in, welcome. We are in the 18th Arrondissement, we're in Montmartre, and we're at the Musée Montmartre. So we're going to pop inside now and have a look at the permanent exhibit. So it's a really good photographic and artistic representation of the history of Montmartre as well. It's just quite stunning. It's certainly a place you could spend a lot of time, I think. Okay. So the good thing about Montmartre is that this character hasn't changed a lot over the last few hundred years, and that's because they made a very, very strong case for keeping it with its original character. If you can remember, when we were here for the vendange, there was the République de Montmartre. So it's an organisation who were dedicated to Montmartre retaining its and that's why it's so charming and popular. Some beautiful pieces of art here. I love this one, it's almost like a photo. If we go up really close, you can see some of the detail. Maybe not. Beautiful. That's Alfred Remuda. So that's from 1899. Looking at Paris from Montmartre, 1899. Surreal. Of course, there are lots of windmills up here. Whenever there's a hill, there's likely to be windmills. So lots of windmills. And there's 3 windmills that are still here in Montmartre. There's Moulin Rouge, which I guess is not a real windmill, really. And then Moulin de la Galette. And there's another one just next to Moulin de la Galette as well. So in the park, that has Moulin de la Galette with it. Okay, they run atelier or education workshops here. But they're not running it at present. So you might recognise some of these posters. They're very popular. So wherever you have moulin, you also have all these, because they were making wine here, and this was outside of Paris back in the day, they had lots of drinking establishments, theatres. So of course Montmartre was popular for its theatres. And this is scenery from the Le Chat Noir, which is of course another very famous cabaret, Le Chat Noir. It's a beautiful piece of art there. It's very busy today, so I'm trying to avoid pointing the camera at people. But this is the original sign for the Lapin Agile. Of course, the Lapin Agile is out here. It's that building just there. That one there. Behind the trees. And that's the original sign from it. There's a phone. Of course, you need to have a phone if you're wanting to call a taxi. After you've been drinking copious amounts. Bar. And we're going up here a bit more. This is a 3-story building here. I thought this was amusing. This is a little backpack for a cocoa salesman. So if you want to have a drink of cocoa, the gentleman carries it around on his back and sells you a drink. What I'd be more inclined to see is vin chaud. It's the season for vin chaud at the moment. Okay, so this is looking back into the garden, the first part of the garden that we walked into. This is a book of Georges Ariol. So, I mean, it's just an overwhelming amount of artwork in here, all related to this area of Paris. there's lots of information about Le Chat Noir. So there were several. This is the second Chat Noir. That's a very famous poster of Le Chat Noir. So that's Toulouse-Lautrec. Let's go up to the third floor. You can hear some music. I'm sure you recognise it. There's another view of the garden and the sun, which is in our eyes, so let's not look out that window. And this is a very famous piece of art. This is Toulouse-Lautrec as well. And this is of Aristide Poix, who was a famous actor, playwright. And rap music as well. Let's go back, see if we can put this lovely painting here. Isn't it gorgeous? So that's Georges Jouba. Focus on my camera's not doing well today, sorry. Okay, so the music that we were hearing was the French cancan, which was the famous dance created by La Goulou. And that's a poster of La Goulou, so that's the name of the woman who invented it. And obviously she was a dancer and choreographer, and she's buried in the cemetery of Montmartre. There's the Concorde. So this is from a movie with Jean Renoir. I love this painting here. This is a Place Blanche, which is by the Moulin Rouge. And some beautiful photographs of dancers in the Moulin Rouge. Okay, and then the artwork in here is from Suzanne Valadon. So yeah, when I came this morning it was very busy. I first arrived, nobody was there. Of course I got here early. And then by the time it opened at 10 o'clock, it was frantic. Lots and lots of people here. Okay, so Maurice Utrio. So he did this one here. And this one here. So there's another one of the garden here. And a little bit of a story of her life. And other artists here. There's Renoir, Toulouse-Lautrec, yeah. So this is the permanent exhibit here at the Musée Montmartre. So I don't think we'll have time to video the rest of the museum, but at least you get to see this part here. I will of course take photos as long as my phone doesn't run out. So I'm just going to make my way down the stairs and out the door. Merci. So that leads us back out to the garden again. So like I said, I still haven't seen the video which takes place down here where we first entered, but I'm going to head over here and just have a quick look at this area around where the cafe is and where the exhibitions, the temporary exhibition is. So isn't it a beautiful wee garden? I love it. Lovely little cafe. So like I said, it's very cold today, so having a hot cup of tea would be a really lovely thing to do. And the exhibition, the current exhibition is Le Paris de Dufy. So I'm not familiar with Dufy, but artist who stayed here, and obviously that's some of the artwork from there. So there's the cafe, little wee thing. How lovely. So I will be heading there before or after having a look at this exhibition here. So I might finish there. So thank you for joining me. I think there might have been an issue with no comments popping up on my video, so if you did comment, I'm sorry I didn't see them. We'll have to sort that out. In the meantime, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that quick look at the Musée de Montmartre, and I'll post extra photos and everything later on the page. So take care. We will see you next Friday in some other place around Paris, which I will be posting about that very soon. Okay, so take care everybody. Salut, bonne journée, keep warm.